let's talk about the LA Rams. New stadium, new Super Bowl win, new Super Bowl rings. Man, have you seen those things? The top pops off and they're pretty sweet. I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything like it before. It's a heck of a piece of hardware. But the Rams have a lot of things to be proud of, a lot of things to hang their hat on. And I think their coach is one of the most important things that they look at when they talk about those kind of things. And we're going to get into why is he so special here in just a minute. But we've got to know, Rams fans, NFL season has started up. Preseason is going on. That means college football season is right around the corner. And we have got to know, who is your favorite college team? Leave a comment in the comments below. Let us know. Is it Southern Cal? Is it UCLA? Is it the California Institute for the Arts? There's all kinds of different options. Let us know in the comments below, who is your favorite college team. But Nick, you have the story here on Sean McVay and why he's so special.
Yeah, but before I get into that, let's let the old St. Louis Rams fans, right? Let's give some Missouri. There's probably some Missouri Tigers fans that are LA Rams fans as well. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there. I want to hear from them. But yeah, let's talk about this. So Seth Weckersham over at ESPN had a really nice piece talking about Sean McVay, getting really into the weeds of what McVay ticks. And we pulled out a few pieces here to talk about it specifically. And I'm going to get into this first one, then I want your thoughts on it. This is according to Wickersham's piece. This past January, on the day after the regular season ended, when franchises jettisoned failing coaching regimes, Veronica, Sean McVay's wife, asked Sean, "What would you do if you're one of those teams that wasn't winning and you might get fired?" McVay responded, "Well, that just wouldn't effing happen." He replied, "Why would you ever think that way?" He knew it sounded cocky, as if he were somehow immune to the fate of all coaches, even elite ones. But underneath that, it was a stark fear, not of being fired. He knows that's part of his chosen life, but of the losing that would precede it. Before the Super Bowl, McVay found a deeper admiration for Bengals coach Zach Taylor, his buddy and former quarterbacks coach. Taylor stomached 6 total wins his first 2 seasons before guiding the Bengals to the final game. "I've never really had a lead in circumstances that were real adversary," McVay says now. So I love this from Sean McVay. I always feel like the best thing about any sort of, whether it's a coach or a player, it's just that competitive drive, not necessarily to enjoy like the rewards of winning. I want to win a trophy. I want to have my name in lights or things like that. Just the absolute fear and just horrific just aversion to losing, just avoiding that gut wrenching feeling of loss and just having that just eat at you and just not allowing to even enter your mindset. That's what greats, the Tiger Woodses, the Derek Jeters, Kobe Bryant's, Michael Jordans always seem to have. And it's really, if I'm a Rams fan, I'm really excited to hear this from McVay specifically. What do you think of Sean's comments here?
Yeah, it reminds me of good old Friday Night Lights. Like you're on for me, like it was like middle school rec league. I switched to a different sport than football after that, but a lot of kids in high school, a tough loss to rival school. Your coach takes you to the end zone, sits you all around in a circle. You might say a prayer or something like that, and then he goes, "Feel that, boys? That's losing. You don't want to feel this again." He gives you that rousing speech of, we don't lose. We're not losers. You're not going to like this feeling. It hurts. It sucks. Take it in. Remember this for the rest of your life. Sean McVay took that personally when his coach told him that. And I don't think he ever wants to lose again in his life. And he's really done a great job of being so successful so early on as a coach. He reminds me of a lot of great coaches. And it's very difficult to come into this league and be a mine. And here's my thing about McVay that I find so impressive is sometimes these coaches come in and they have a lot of early success because they're a little bit different. They have a little fancier scheme or something. But after a couple of years, that success kind of slows down a little bit because guys get used to it. They scheme around it, all that kind of stuff. McVay has had continued success. He came in early, took Jared Goff and the Rams to a Super Bowl. Then, in a couple years, he reloaded and he took Matt Stafford and the Rams and won a Super Bowl. He has, truly had continued success in his career so far, and he has no signs of slowing down. So I'm really impressed what McVay has done early on in his career.
You brought up a great point about thinking differently and bringing in that just different vibe and that different energy. And this Wickersham piece kind of goes into that a little bit. So after before they acquired Matt Stafford, and McVay was on vacation famously with Stafford and his wife, and they were just talking, and after engaging and hanging out with Stafford and all this, this is the famous conversation that McVay then got on the phone with the Rams brass. He said this: "Here's the effing deal, okay? We can sit here and exist and be okay winning 9 to 11 games and losing the effing divisional round and feel like, oh, everything's okay. Or we could let our mother effing nuts hang and go trade for this effing quarterback and give ourselves a chance to win an effing world championships. You ready to effing do this or what?" Big shout out to you two for making you have to use the word F in there, so that way more people can see our video. But again, this is what I love about a guy like McVay. So it's not that he's just a really smart, because everyone thinks like, oh, he's smart, he's young, that's why they're so good. No, it's just this think different mentality. He's on vacation. He's like, you know what? I see Matt Stafford over there. I want him. He's better than Jared Goff. He gets on the phone and calls his bosses, right? These are his bosses. These are, this is who he reports to. He says, hey, let's put our nuts on the table, so to speak, and get after this guy so we can win ourselves a championship. And obviously they pulled it off. And at the end of the piece ends just like this. So after winning the Super Bowl, McVay spoke to the business side of the Rams building. Everybody's talking, this is McVay here, quote, "Everybody's talking about, hey, super teams never work. F you, mother effer. It effing worked." I love this. I just love this mentality and this edginess from McVay, because he kind of came across as, I don't want to say a football nerd, but the schemes and the play call, knowing all that stuff. But it's not. He's just kind of like just this ultra competitive, just I want to win at all costs, just kind of guy with a lot of energy. I love this. I've never been a bigger Sean McVay fan until this piece came out.
Yeah, Nick. And before we go, the one last thing I want to say is this story has really made me think, one day when we have 1 million subscribers and we have some employees that work for us, and we're YouTube superstars, I want to be the kind of bosses that someone walks into our office and tells us, we got to let our nuts hang, we got to go out and do the thing. We accept them, like the bosses in LA have accepted McVay's pleas. So give some props to the Cronkies. They were didn't shy away from his fiery speeches. So good for them. All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.